Ibowan. I would like to welcome you all to the SIT IELTS channel. My name is Situgar. I am the head teacher and founder of SIT IELTS Education. So today we are going to talk about something extremely important, which is how to choose an IELTS class or a course. So if you do like this channel, please give it a thumbs up. And if you do have any questions, please do a comment so I could answer it to you. And also please subscribe if you do like what I'm putting out, and also share it among your friends and family if you think it is important for them. And lastly, please hit that notification button or the bell icon, so when I do put some more videos out, you will get the notification. So in this video, like I said before, we are going to talk about something extremely important that will help you to achieve your band scores in IELTS or even PTE. That is how to choose a good class or a course. So we are going to go through about 5-6 points that will help you decide if you should take this class or not. So I want to clarify something very important. This is not me saying that all IELTS teachers other than myself in Sri Lanka are bad, right? But we have to remember, like, there are people who would just come after your money. They don't really care about how your education is. As a person who has done this course, as a person who has done IELTS and PTE before, I understand the value of this, right? I understand how much time, how much effort, and how much money we had to put in to make sure that we achieve our dream of our perfect IELTS score. Point number 1. Do not go to one of those boarding or stay-in classes. It has become somewhat prevalent in Sri Lanka, where they offer students to come and stay with them, like for a week or maybe 2 weeks or like 5 days or whatever. And they promise these students, like, after 5 days or a week or so, we are going to cover this many hours, and after that week, you will be fine, you will be ready for the exam. So please do not go to places like that. There are 2 reasons for it. Number 1, look what's happening in the world right now. Look at this it's essentially called a pandemic era, right? It's pandemic era for a reason. So one of these classes I've seen, they put out a video saying, okay, don't worry, when you come to our classes, we are going to take your temperature and we are going to sterilize your hands, it should be fine after that. As we all know, right, when you get that disease, you don't often get a temperature, right? And cleaning your hands is good, but does that eliminate that virus or whatever completely from your body? No. So it's a huge risk. So until this pandemic situation, again, I cannot say that word, the name of the disease, because it's not good for YouTube. But so when I say pandemic, you already know what kind of disease I'm talking about right now. So my point is, when they advertise something like that, they do not care about you, right? Especially at a time like this. Who would want like 15, 20, 30 students in their house or in their hostel or wherever they are, and hanging out together, like sleeping in the same room, eating, using the same cutlery, using the same crockery, right? Changing pencils, changing pens, touching each other. It's very irresponsible. These people, they are not after your well-being. Right? They do not care about you. If they're doing something like that, I'm not just saying in a lockdown era, right? Until this disease is like completely gone, we should not attend those places, right? Because at the end of the day, our health and safety comes number 1. We have to be healthy in order for us to go and do the exam. And just imagine, right? If for some reason you contract that disease, you are going back to your family, right? And your friends, and you are again spreading that disease, and we don't have a clue if we have it or not, most of the time anyways, right? So if any other class promotes that, right, come and stay with you, please do not go to those classes. They are only after your money. They are not after your well-being, right? They don't care about your well-being, and I don't think they really care about what your results are. Because if they're putting your lives at risk just to get some money out from you, yeah, that sort of tells you the story, right? And the other thing is, when it comes to classes like that, they often promote, like, just stay with us for a week, we are doing 8 to 10 hours a day or whatever like that, and after 1 week you will be fine. Again, it's a lie. IELTS and basic English is completely different. They are of course connected with each other. You have to have English to do IELTS exam, but in order to get a good band score, and to pass your exams, you have to have a certain preparation period. So I'll probably link my other video of how I got a perfect score for IELTS or PTE, a 90 out of 90 or 9 out of 9 when you convert it to IELTS, right? So again, on that video, I talk about how important preparation time is, right? You have to prepare, and you have to prepare well, and you have to give yourself time to understand it and practice. Right? For that, time is extremely important. So for those points, if you ever encounter a class like that who promises you just come and stay with us, especially like I said in the pandemic era, do not go to those classes. They will put your health at risk, they will put your life at risk, and they will not teach you, most likely they will not teach you anything important, right? I mean they will teach you something, right? But unless you are already proficient with IELTS, or unless you already have an idea what IELTS is about and you have some experience, that class is not going to be enough for you. Make sure that you take care of yourself first, right? Health, number one, and then make sure that you have time to prepare. So do not go to classes like that. Number two, classes that have way too many students, right? Again, in this pandemic era, we are not legally, as teachers, we are not legally allowed to have physical classes. Again, if they are offering physical classes, do not go to them. Number one, that's illegal. Number two, it's putting your health at risk. Okay, and even if you're doing online classes, make sure it's a Zoom session or WhatsApp or whatever, right? How many students per class? Just ask them. If they say like, oh, we have like 20 students per class, most likely don't go to that, right? Because just imagine you're doing an online session, right? And there's about 20 people or 15 people or whatever like that, and everybody's trying to ask a question, and sometimes the video buffers, the connection is not good. How can you communicate with the teacher, right? It's difficult, right? So make sure that if it has like 15, 20 students or whatever like that, and it only has one teacher, do not go there, right? So as teachers, the other teachers should always keep in mind how can you like share your energy with like 15, 20 people at one time. Can you ask each and everybody, like, okay, are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? Do you understand it? Right? Do you want me to repeat it? For 15 students, it's ludicrous, right? So make sure per session you only have a limited number. Don't go to any online session. Don't go to any practical classes where they have it in person, first and foremost, right? Don't put your health at risk. Number two, if they are having online sessions, right, make sure that it only has a limited number. Don't go for classes that has like 15, 20 students per session. You will not be able to learn anything. You will not be able to ask questions. You will not be able to communicate what your ideas are. Number three, do not go to classes that offer crash courses, right? I think again in Sri Lanka it's somewhat prevalent. If you go to most courses, they say like, we have a crash course, it's only like a week or 15 hours or whatever like that, after that you'll be fine. Regardless of your status with English, regardless of your experience levels with English or IELTS, doesn't matter, just come and do this course, you'll be fine after that. You can go and do the exam, no problem at all, right? Again, it's a lie. Again, you need time to prepare for this exam. Right. Sometimes I get students who call me and tell me, hey sir, like I'm doing this class and I'm doing this exam, I have it in like 10 days, can you please help me? I can say, look, I can help you with the basics, I can help you with the questions, right? But I can't teach you each and every single thing because it's not enough time. Right? You have to practice, you have to prepare, and that practice becomes a habit. And that's the habit that you take to the exam, right? You have to be in that level that you almost don't think about like how you write things, right? It has to be like second nature. So make sure that you don't go to classes that offer crash courses. Again, you need time to prepare for the IELTS exam. Number four, do not go to classes that don't ask you about your academic or your English background, right? Every person, we have like a certain English level. So in order for us to do English course or an English exam like IELTS, we have to have a certain level of English, right? For example, we're in Sri Lanka right now, right? Our main language is Sinhalese. Just imagine I'm going to give you a Sinhalese paper and you have no idea. Imagine you're a foreigner, right? You have no idea what Sinhalese is, or you have very little knowledge about Sinhalese. Would you pass the Sinhalese paper? No, right? You have to have some sort of like experience, some sort of a background in English. Doesn't matter, like sometimes if you're like, for example, me, I ask usually, right? What's your O-level English grades? What's your A-level English grades, right? Have you done a bachelor's or something? Even if you have failed O-level, or if you haven't done O-level or A-level, have you done like another English course? Do you use English at work or with your family and friends? Make sure when you join a course, that person, whoever, whether it's a teacher or somebody working for the teacher, right? Make sure that person asks you English background. If they don't ask you English background, again, you can just imagine, right? They don't care about you. They only care about the money. So again, make sure that they ask about your English background. Otherwise, how would they know if you can do the IELTS exam or not? Another example, there were so many students I had to turn away because they are so keen to study IELTS. But when I do a placement test or when I ask their background, they themselves are saying, "Sir, I'm sorry, but unfortunately I haven't done O-levels or I haven't have any English experience or something." So what I recommend for them is like, take your time, go and do an English course. Go and do a course for like 6 months or a year or whatever like that. First improve your English, then come to do the IELTS exam. Again, make sure O-levels are here, A-levels are here, IELTS is here, right? So make sure that they ask your English background. Number 5, the transparency or your teacher sharing their IELTS qualification or their English background, right? Certain teachers, especially the ones who are, they have been like crooks and all, they usually don't share their English background or their IELTS background, or even if they do share it, they usually lie. So what as students you should do is, first of all, ask their background. Just ask them, like, have you done IELTS exams before, right? What's the score you got? Or have you done PTE before? What's the score you got, right? Do you have any teaching qualifications? It's very important, right? Teaching qualifications. I think like, for example, again, if you have 7 for IELTS academic, can you teach? Yeah, for a little bit, like for a level you can teach. But again, you can only teach up to like a certain level. Make sure that this person this teacher have some level of like a teaching qualification. Right? For example, again, look at the sports teams all over the world. Majority of those coaches are like, not majority, but at least half of them haven't like really played for an international level, right? But they are skilled and they have confidence and they have a level of education and experience in that area. And most importantly, they know how to impart, they know how to share their knowledge with their colleagues or with their teammates or with their players. Right? It's the same thing with IELTS as well. It's not just important to know about IELTS, it's not just important to have a decent score with IELTS. Like I have like 90 out of 90 for PTE, right? I have like 100, basically 100% for like IELTS as well. But is that important? Yes, absolutely important. But should you be able to impart that knowledge to your students as a teacher? Yes, it's key, it's crucial, right? So make sure that whoever your IELTS teacher is, right, ask them when you join a class, right, what's your background? Do you have any teaching experience? Very, very, very important. And the very last point is being human, right? Being compassionate, right? So one of the examples I can tell you is, look at this pandemic here, right? Everybody's suffering, especially in Sri Lanka. Yeah? Majority of the people, like, they have to take like leaves, and like they are only getting like paid 50% of their wages, and some of them have been laid out. Like, you can't pay, like it's difficult to pay like the entire course fees at once. I know there were certain examples, some of my students who came and asked me questions. They said, I know this teacher demanded like you have to pay everything up front, right? We have to be a little bit more human, right? So just be more compassionate, be more empathetic towards people. Everybody's doing hard right now, everyone, right? Somehow, some way, unless it's a very, very small margin who would profit from this era, right? But majority of the people are suffering. It's hard for them to pay the course fees, and just make sure that you ask like if any course, like any teacher, like do you offer payment plans, right? Like can I pay rather one section first and the other section afterwards? If they say like no, I don't want you to do that, I want everything to be paid at once, it's not very human of them, right? So make sure that when you go to a class, right, when you choose a class and you are trying to interact with the teacher or the person whoever's handling those things, just ask them, do you offer payment plans, right? Otherwise, if they say no, sorry, you have to pay everything in front, yeah, again, that sort of gives a message like what they're really after. It's like I have to be fully transparent again with this video. Like this is like a business. As like a IELTS teacher, I impart knowledge to my students, and for that knowledge, they give me some sort of a monetary value back to me, right? So it's a give and take on both sides. But again, we have to be a bit more empathetic. We have to understand like everybody doesn't have money right now, right? Especially with this situation, like this pandemic situation, everybody's doing tough. So yeah, like I said, again, I will tell you this, but yeah, if they are not offering a payment plan, if they're not like giving you some sort of help to pay your full course fee, right? Do not go to those places. They are only after your money. So that's pretty much it for this video. I think hopefully that you might have learned something from this, right? When you are going to an IELTS class, or when you're trying to pick a course or a teacher rather, just ask them these questions. Just keep these questions in mind. Come back to this video and have a look again if you like, right? Please make sure that you ask these questions from them, and if ever they give like a cross, right? If they give like a negative kind of a reply to these, we don't go to them, right? Because at the end of the day, it's your time, it's your money, it's your effort that's going to go to waste. Though people like that, they will not care about you, right? As a person, like I said before, who has done IELTS and has done PTE, right? I understand the effort, the time, the money that you have to put in. So make sure that you do choose a good teacher, or make sure that you do choose a good course to follow your IELTS dreams in, and to get that band score that you want to go after. Thank you very much for taking your valuable time and looking at my video. I hope that you have learned something from this, and if you have, like I said before, please like, please comment, please subscribe, because I will be putting out more videos in the future. And please share this among your friends, and please hit that notification button. And so when I put out new videos in the future, you will get the notification, right? So again, thank you very much for having a look at my video. I hope all of you stay safe and take care, and God bless you all. Bye for now.